Kilo India 7, I listen EchoLink Ukraine, 10 minutes.
India Whiskey 2 Oscar Hotel Kilo, Kilo India 7, Kilo Tango Mike. Yes, I understand that you may not be in country Ukraine right now. If not, do you have any contacts that you can speak with in Ukraine to try to get some information about how everybody's doing over there, what's going on with their lives, things like that? Over.
Okay, Kilo 7, Kilo India 7. Is verification after in the EchoLink Russia, okay, Moskva is blocked. The EchoLink blocked Russia.
India Whiskey 2 Oscar Hotel Kilo. Yes, I understand now. EchoLink going into Russia is blocked, which I completely understand that. If I'm understanding you correctly, that's the way I interpret it. I was hoping there were some more Ukraine EchoLink connections available. I found 3, but those were blocked as well. This was the only connection that I could get in, at least to Ukraine. I've not tried Russia. Over.
Okay, India Kilo 7. Okay, and liberation frequency in emergency in Ukraine. I listen Russia operation OM. Russia is in a school, sì. In listen.
India Whiskey 2 Oscar Hotel Kilo. Yes, I understand. It's going to be difficult to get information out of Ukraine, I can see, and probably more difficult to get information out of Russia from ham radio operators. I'm wondering if there's anybody else in this conference or from around the world who may be listening, if anybody else has any contacts, any ham radio contacts getting into Ukraine or getting into Russia. Go ahead. Over.
It's very difficult transmission. Ukraine is. I see difficult from the extrusion HF, VHF and UHF, and the transmission in analogic and digital.
India Whiskey 2 Oscar Hotel Kilo from Kilo India 7 Kilo Tango Mike. Thank you very much, Oscar. I know it's difficult for everybody around the world right now to try to get any information outside of the major television news. So that's why I thought I would try this avenue to see if any more information was available. I'm hoping someone else might come in on this EchoLink system and provide us maybe some more information or any type of updates that they may have from contacts that they may have, again, in Ukraine or in Russia, in the area, Poland, Belarus, etc. So if anybody has any information, go ahead, please speak up. We would love to hear from you. Over.
there is another Ukraine conference reflector, or whatever they call it, on EchoLink, and they're doing some talking on there. So, but not really getting any information. It's just talking. So.
TV, radio, and OM. Okay.
Good evening, this is Delta Call 9 Bravo Echo Bravo from the Germany.
Yeah, good morning. WX4 DAT, Whiskey X-ray 4 Delta Alpha 10.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Delta Uniform 8 Echo Echo.
CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Kilo Oscar 4 Victor November Tango. Monitoring.
Mike 7 Tango Uniform Delta returning in England.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike 7, Kilowatt 3, Bravo, Echo, Quebec.
Yes, I was monitoring earlier to check up on the situation. I'm also on here to show my solidarity. But yes, I thought, well, this is the best way of keeping up with what's going on currently. I don't know if you've heard, I don't know if it's coming to force yet, but the UK government apparently have are not allowing any amateur radio transmissions at the moment. I'm not sure if it's coming to force yet. Mike 7 Tango Uniform Delta returning.
Well, it doesn't surprise me. I understand the Russians also I believe they cut off their internet. So they're blackout. Well, look, I gotta have supper here, so thank you very much. The name is Murray, and we're located in Maryland, near Washington, D.C. Take care, my friend.
The name here is Paul, and I said that I'm in England. Anyway, I wish you 73, and I'm going to remain monitoring.
CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Kilo Oscar 4 Victor November Tango. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Kilo Oscar 4 Victor November Tango. Monitoring KO4 VNT.
Mike 7 Tango Uniform Delta returning, still monitoring. Spoke to you earlier today.
Kilo Echo 8 Papa Mike Victor.
Kilo Mike 8. This is KO4 VNT.
Kilo Echo 8 Papa Mike Victor.
Buenas tardes, Lima Uniform 9, Hotel Quebec Charlie.
KN4ITR, Kilo November 4, India Tango Romeo. Delta Uniform 8 Echo Echo.
Lima Uniform 9, Hotel Quebec Charlie.
KN4ITR, CQ Ukraine. Can we have an update? CQ Ukraine, can we have an update?
Read the papers.
CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Kilo Oscar 4 Victor November Tango. Ukraine, we stand with you in the USA. Can you give us an update? CQ, Kilo Oscar 4 Victor November Tango.
Jesus Christ.
Buenas noches, Eco Alfa 1, Hotel India España.
Buenas noches, Lima Unión 9, Hotel Quebec Charlie. Lima Uniform 9, Hotel Quebec Charlie, Claudio, Argentina.
Libanía 9, Hotel Quebec Charlie, Alfa 1, Hotel Hotel India. Buenas noches.
Muy buenas noches, Eco Alfa 1, Hotel Hotel India. 9 Hotel Quebec Charlie, Lima Unión 9, Hotel Quebec Charlie, Claudio, por Capilla del Monte. Esperando alguna información que pueda ser detallada. El saludo desde Capilla del Monte, Córdoba, Argentina.
Roger. Vital Alfa 7. Alfa 1, Hotel Hotel India. Desde el Principado de Asturias, norte de España, por acá. También a escucha para posible información. Cuésele.
Kilo India 7, Kilo Tango Mike, we're monitoring.
Kilo Oscar 4, Victor November Tango. We stand with you, Ukraine. Kilo Oscar 4, Victor November Tango.
In case you're interested, gentlemen, the Washington Post reported that Russia has turned off the Ukrainian internet, so they've blocked it. That's why you're not seeing any Russian stations on here.
K3BEQ, this is KO4VNT. Thank you for that information. That's too bad. KO4VNT.
Okay, but probably going to get worse.
Roger that. KO4VNT, clear.
KN4ITR. The free transfer of information is a sign of freedom. Blocking it is tyranny.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I guess we better send a letter to Putin, huh?
KN4ITR. Oh, Mr. Read the newspaper. Wish you had a call sign, sport model.
All I have to do is look up at the screen, and you see a little arrow next to me.
Yeah, WB1GRB. It's 1:08 a.m. right now in Ukraine, but I believe they have more than one time zone.
Yeah, John, Russia has, what, 10, I think. And Ukraine is one of them.
Yeah, there were mostly Ukrainian stations on earlier. It kept dropping out as they were losing their connections. And it was kind of strange the way it was happening. It could be 25 people on, all of a sudden the screen would go blank and then come back with just 6 people. And I never saw that happen before. It happened a number of times. You know, we think so much of all this, but when the internet goes down, you know, that's it. That's why we have HF. I don't know if they're on any HF frequencies. I don't know how well I can reach them. I don't have a beam. But you could probably reach them on CW.
Not at 1 o'clock in the morning, John. And HF's never going to replace the internet. Come on. That's wishful thinking. Well, the Russians are they're starting to use cyber war, and unfortunately, most of the countries are not prepared to fight it, including us. I think you're going to see more of cyber attacks.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. They showed it on the news, some of the trucks that they use with these dishes on them. They got them situated along the border. It's not only the internet, but they're jamming the other, I guess other types of communications also, and they're probably going to be taking over the radio and TV stations, it's not good. I feel sorry for the poor people. You know, they've been through so much, so many wars. You know, so I just hope this whole problem's, you know, this is not good.
Well, John, we don't have the problem. The Ukrainian people have the problem. Downtown White House, they don't know what the hell they're doing anyway. Very disappointing. So many things going on, John, as we talked before. Open borders, 2 million people ran over the border into the States during 2021. Afghanistan was a disaster. Inflation, wow. Gasoline prices, more crime. It just goes on and on and on. We don't have a strong administration downtown. Very weak, and Putin knew that. He knew it very well, and he knew the United States would not fight, and we're not. We're not going to get involved. Putin was worried about the Ukraine joining NATO, but the United States and a number of other countries are resisting that. So he really didn't have an excuse, but he used it. However, the main reason he's going in, a lot of the oil coming into Russia comes through the Ukraine. And he doesn't want to give that up, naturally. Plus, I think he has, John, I think he has eyes on other countries. And it would not surprise me if he, after taking over the Ukraine, he goes after a few others.
Yes, he took part of Georgia. All these countries that border Russia, you know, are not in the. You got to watch out very carefully. Well, that's the whole reason why they didn't want Ukraine to be part of NATO, because then the United States would have to send troops to Ukraine to help them, and that could cause a war against Russia. So this is not good. It's true, it's not our problem, but when we see gas go up to $7, I just saw it go up again. It was $3.69. It went up again. When I went by the gas station, you're going to see higher and higher inflation. So it is going to be our problem. Well, I'm going to be on the side here, and then I'm going to disconnect. I just figured I'd listen in. There were some good conversations earlier, and then I connected it. But we'll just stand by here and listen and see if we can find out what's going on. I guess we always go to the newspaper. I go to the to the news on the internet, because that's usually pretty. There's not much of a delay on that. WB1 GRB.
Oh yeah, you're getting first-rate reports from the newspapers, the internet, radio, TV. So I don't know what they expected to get here. The hams that checked in here from the Ukraine might not even be in the area that they're having fighting. But it draws people. All right, John, I'll talk to you later, buddy. If not, see you in the morning. K3BEQ.
All right, Murray, we'll talk to you later. Let's listen for a little while. K3BEQ, WB1GRB. And this repeater is located in southwestern Connecticut. We're only about 35 miles from New York City. And our repeater does cover most of New York City, parts of Connecticut, and I guess most of Long Island also. We'll talk to you later. WB1 GRB will be monitoring.
Mike 7 Tango Uniform Delta in England. Interesting to hear that Russia have been turning off the Ukraine's internet. It'd be interesting to see what the situation is with their mobile, their cellular cellular phone connections as well.
I think you're going to see more cyber attacks around the world, and probably here too in Washington, D.C. area.
Yeah, yes, I agree with you there. Cyber attacks are definitely going to happen, which of course they will deny all knowledge of. They'll probably blame either the US or just blame China, which is probably not a good idea because the last thing we want to do is get another country involved in this as well.
Yep. And who knows if China's going to hit Taiwan. That would be a double header too. See you later, buddy. Well, you're up late, aren't you?
Yes, the time here is 23:17.
Oh, okay. Only 5 hours. 6:17 here. Take care.
Oh, you have the same time difference as Atlanta does as well then.
M7 TUD, Kilo India 5, November X-Ray Delta.
Mike 7 Tango Uniform Delta returning.
M7 TUD, KI5 NXD here. Something else you might be a little interested to hear. In addition to turning off the internet, I believe they did also technically suspend the amateur radio service. I'm not sure what exactly that means or how that affects them. But also the Donetsk and Luhansk regions, I've heard on this actual talk group today, because they're operating under different laws. They're the pro-Russian side, and one of the guys, someone had a conversation with on this repeater today, said, you know, don't worry about it, everything's fine, everything's better. And of course, he's in the Donetsk region. So it might actually be the safest place to be right now because it sounds like they're already operating under Russian law. But as for the rest of it, I don't have a whole lot of other information, just something I saw that they also suspended amateur radio entirely.
Yes, I was made aware earlier of suspending amateur radio transmissions. I wasn't sure if it had come into force, but I think it had immediately. I'll be back soon. I'm just getting something to eat. Mike 7 Tango Uniform Delta, staying monitoring.
Roger that. Good talking to you. KI5 NXD, clear and monitoring as well.
Sul-America Brasil, Papa Uniforme 2, Golf Sierra Sierra, Gilmar, Sul-America Brasil. Papa Uniforme 2, Papa Uniforme 2, Golf Sierra Sierra, Gilmar, Sul-America Brasil. Papa Uniforme 2, Golf Sierra Sierra, Gilmar, Sul-America Brasil.
KCDFD.